You've never seen anything like this. Northern pike fishing from a whole new perspective. We're exploring new water, chasing monster northern pike, and capturing some epic underwater pike fishing videos. Boatloads of fall pike fishing tips to help you learn how to catch more pike. If huge northern pike get you excited, hit that subscribe button and dive under the surface with us on our hunt for the Giants of Georgian Bay. This season, we've been experimenting with an underwater pike fishing camera on our fishing adventures. The more we see, the more we start to question everything we thought we knew. From how our baits look underwater, to how many fish we are encountering throughout the day. And most importantly, how pike actually feed. We're going to tell you all about it throughout this epic fall pike fishing adventure as we explore new water, catch, and miss some big northern pike. We're fishing for northern pike on Georgian Bay in an area that's relatively new for us. While we know these waters well in early season, we haven't spent much time here once the summer heat begins to cool. Fall pike fishing on big waters can be challenging as fish begin moving from summer to fall locations. Our game plan is to head directly to the deepest water available within a couple kilometers of their spawning grounds, where some fish may have spent the summer, but the rest will be concentrating back into the closer we get to winter. The challenge will be figuring out how deep the fish in this area like to relate to. The big northern pike won't be this deep, but will be on cover and structure with immediate access to this depth. Typically in clear water, it's over 40 feet if it's available, but in dirty water, 20 is plenty. In this area, we've got both options to try. Our first spot yields a single big mark on the fish finder as we brought our lures back towards the boat. Despite the clear water, we were unable to see what it was or get any more action. But it's a good sign this spot may be worth returning to later in the day. While fishing in the fall, you can witness some strange pike behavior depending on the weather. With consistent cooling trends, it can seem like every fish in the lake wants to bite. But with warming or hot weather mixed in, the bite can shut down completely. Today is one of those fluke warm days disrupting the cooling trend of fall. But we've prepared the boat for everything from small finesse to monster trolling gear, and we're going to try it all if we have to. I always like to start fishing fast and covering water, especially if it's a new area. The more info I can collect, the better decisions I can make. The faster I collect this information, the faster I can adapt my plan to the conditions. Bites, bait, follows, fish on sonar, birds, water temperature, these are all pieces of information I'm continuously collecting. After trying a handful of key spots we had planned out with only a couple small follows, trolling is looking like a good idea. By attaching our underwater pike fishing camera, we should at least be able to gather some info for next time and, at best, get some awesome footage of a strike. That's if we can avoid getting snagged too much.
There you go.
Even though this wasn't the biggest fish Albina has caught, that was epic. And lucky enough, it bit the lure the camera was attached to.
Oh, he's pretty small.
30 and a half.
Oh,
Just like the other strikes we've recorded previously, this fish came out of nowhere, fully locked in from a distance and hit with reckless abandon. As we continue trolling and return towards the spot we started the day, something magical, but unknown to us, happens. Three pike interactions all in the course of 2 minutes. After trolling for a few hours without so much as a sighting, this was quite a surprise to see. Of course, we didn't get to see any of this footage until well after our trip. Had we known at the time, we could have changed lures, tried casting, or simply made a few more passes in the area to get them to go. Fortunately, we already had our eyes on this area for our game plan, and so after not getting any action, we resorted to finesse tactics to see if we could catch a bass. Not too far away, we boated this 40-inch pike on a tube jig in only a few feet of water. Completely unintentional, but we're not complaining. More important than the catch is the knowledge of the area holding the big fish in the fall. This is one beat up fish, but I guess it makes sense since it was hanging out in the gravel flats. A little more exploring, and we stumbled into one of the biggest, most lush cabbage beds we've seen in a long time. There is no way there isn't a fish sitting somewhere in here. Did you see that? What an unbelievable underwater pike video. You can barely see it sneak in along bottom before lashing out in an explosive strike. Unfortunately, on the next few casts, this little pike bit again, but missed the lure and sliced the line ahead of my leader, so I lost a fish and a brand new bait. But it's not all negative. Just look at everything we learned from this underwater footage. They're all good lessons that show how to catch more pike on our next trip when we return to this area for redemption. Not sure what we learned? Don't worry, we'll cover it all shortly. But we've got something to show you first. We've got the big pike fishing gang together and one thing on our minds: a huge northern pike. The weather has cooled since the first trip, and cold water pike fishing in the fall means fishing with big lures. The best late fall pike lures can vary from area to area, but often have one thing in common. They're big, really big. Like a monster Medusa, Pounder Bulldog, or this 14-inch crankbait by BS Lures.
Fish. Get it going.
What's going on? Looks like you need some help.
Oh, it's on the surface. Here. How do you get it out? Yeah, it's up top.
Go about that, Albina.
Probably you too. Yeah, you got it. Keep the rod bent, Dave. I'm gonna put both neutral. Nice. That means it's on the camera one too. Oh, that's a really yeah, Dave, try it. You try and get it lower. Nice, Mike. Lift up, lift, babe. Nice. All right.
Now that's some awesome redemption, and another epic underwater pike fishing video with even more to learn from.
Great.
Yeah. Good job. That one? Good job, team. Look at that. You know what's gonna be hilarious footage?
Watching out. Oh, get out of the way. Hey, good job, man.
Woo!
She's been practicing all year. She's great.
Well, but then she's like, you want me to do that for you? Go on.
Oh, God, like.
Yeah.
I was scared to pick.
You had a feeling. You had a feeling.
40 incher.
40 and a
Wow.
half.
Oh yeah, 40 and a half.
So let's get into it. What did we learn from all these underwater pike fishing videos? First and foremost, there's tons of dead water. Way more than we ever thought. Even when using lures that get bit, we covered a ton of water with basically no engagement. No bait sighted on the footage or fish just suspended either. So either the fish weren't in the area or they were sticking closer to cover and maybe even on bottom out of sight. We also learned a lot on how pike strike. Go back and rewatch all the clips if you have to. We assumed that fish would follow from a distance, rush in to take a peek, maybe swim alongside, and then decide to strike, like they often do to lures while casting. But that's not the case at all. The fish that hit are locked in from a distance and explode on the bait. The fish that didn't strike, we went right over its head, and all it had to do was rise up in the water column to take a look, which it did, but then it didn't follow. The direction the fish come from. All are swimming up to hit or check it out, which is expected, but it also shows the fish were probably deeper than we thought or relating to bottom. Maybe if we could have gotten our baits a little deeper without burying them in the weeds, we could have triggered a few more strikes. Earlier in the fall, the fish were coming from almost right on shore, but later in the fall, they were suspending over the deep edge of the structure, but all coming from the side and not directly underneath. What this means, the pike aren't sitting exactly where we think they are, and strike zones are pretty big, probably bigger than we think, but you still need to get that bait through it. I think we were just on the edge of the strike zone with the baits that got hit, as no other lure got bit during these pike fishing adventures, despite having baits positioned all over different parts of the structure. Hold on, don't go anywhere just yet. We've still got one more epic fish catch to show you. Oh, not this guy. This was just a loon that decided to come check out our lure. Pretty cool to see, but they look a lot weirder underwater than I expected. And I've seen them swimming around and under the boat from above plenty of times. The catch is up
Reel
next.
him up. What the?
Oh, that's so funny.
What the fuck?
How?
That was crazy. That's amazing.
Conquering new water and unforgettable underwater footage. What an adventure this has turned out to be. If you enjoyed this pike fishing adventure or have thoughts on the underwater pike footage, hit subscribe and drop a comment below to let us know what you think. For more pike fishing tips and videos, be sure to watch our video on how to catch monster summer pike.